Hi, welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, my name's Ruth and I've got a 20-month-old little boy called Jet, and then I am 32 weeks pregnant with our next one. And so today I am filming a 32-week pregnancy update. I don't know if there's like certain weeks that you're supposed to update on, but I felt like doing an update and I'm 32 weeks, so this is the 32-week one. And of course there is a bin lorry chilling outside the window, being really noisy. And Henry and Jet just got back from the park, and so if you can hear them running around, apologies. It's all very unprofessional. That bin lorry is actually really annoying. Let's give it a second and see if it passes. Okay, I think it's like semi-past now. So annoying. So 32 weeks. Got my notes. I keep notes now because I turn the camera on and then my mind goes completely blank. So I turned 30 weeks on Christmas Day. I remember this actually with Jet. From 30 weeks, I just suddenly felt really pregnant, which sounds silly because you've had 30 weeks of pregnancy. But I'd say 30 weeks is the point where I start actually really feeling quite heavy, and kind of turning over in bed is a bit trickier, and just I feel like more often than not when I stand up I kind of do a bit of a grunt or a sigh, and I just feel pregnant. And I'd say that happened at 30 weeks both times round. I really enjoyed the second trimester with both pregnancies. I just feel like your bump's still quite manageable, a lot of the cravings and sickness has subsided, and you just feel a bit normal again for that period, which I just really enjoyed. Third trimester, I'd say the pregnancy kind of kicks back in. Another thing that I found has kicked in from 30 weeks-ish, 31 weeks, are these kind of weird heart palpitations, and I was getting quite worried about them. And then I looked them up and I realised that actually I got them with Jet. I just had totally forgotten. I think you just forget everything, don't you? I'd totally forgotten that your body has about 25% more blood in it than normal while you're pregnant, and so that can have an effect on your heart because obviously a lot more blood is flowing through your heart, and so you can get these kind of weird flutters, or it can feel like your heart really quickens, like the pace really quickens, which can feel like palpitations. And that's exactly what I've been having, and I got myself really worried. I thought I was gonna like have a heart attack, and just it all got very dramatic in my head. And then I looked up and remembered that that was the same with Jet. So if you are getting kind of weird kind of like quickenings of your heart, don't panic, it is normal. And I find I just have to kind of sit down and take a moment. It almost feels like I've fainted a few times before, not in pregnancy, just in life. It feels a bit like that, where your heart starts quickening and then it almost starts feeling really fuzzy in your head and in your ears. And I found that was what was happening. And so when I do feel it, I just try and sit down wherever I am and just take a moment just to breathe. And then I find it tends to pass again, and then it kind of comes throughout the day, but then passes again. It's not like something that's there the whole time. But yes, that's been weird. And then I've also been having a lot of tightenings where I just feel the whole kind of bottom side of my bump just go really, really hard and really tight. I don't know if you'd say that those are Braxton Hicks, but they don't bother me, they're fine. It's just a bit of a weird feeling. It just goes really tight and then loosens again. Wee is still very much a problem. I'm just weeing all the time, like it's just a bit of a joke. The baby's position on the bladder means that if I go from sitting to standing, I always need a wee. I think when I sit, the baby must kind of lie in a certain way that then when I stand it lifts, and then I need a wee. And you spend a lot of your day going from sitting to standing, and so I'm spending a lot of my day weeing. And I was saying on Instagram, I've got some dungarees which are so nice on my bump. They're just, it's really nice, like not being restricting like tight jeans. So I've really enjoyed wearing them. But when you're weeing all the time, dungarees are really annoying, but comfy. So it's a battle that I haven't quite decided which side is gonna win. What else? Tiredness as well is starting to kick in quite a lot. Like I'm definitely craving naps a lot more. I think even things like with this cold, I've had a cold now for ages, and I feel like I just can't really shift it. And I think again with pregnancy, because you're so tired and probably so much of your vitamins and everything are going to the baby, I think then when you feel a bit poorly, it just lingers that bit longer, which is a bit annoying. So yeah, I've just felt just really coldy and a bit gross and tired for quite a while. I think as well, because it's a second pregnancy, you're running around after a toddler, you just don't have the chance to give yourself the luxuries that you did with your first one. I think with Jet, when I was pregnant, if I was tired, I'd just have a nap, I'd just book myself in for a little manicure, or just, you know, treat myself to different things. And obviously this time round, I just don't have the time or the luxury to be doing that. So I think the tiredness just lingers that bit more. But I'm really excited. I can't believe how quickly it's gone. I can't believe I'm sitting here filming a 32-week update. That blows my mind. But yeah, I feel like kind of 32 weeks now in this last trimester. I feel like now it's when you can start really thinking about the labour. I feel like until now it's not super helpful to think about the labour because it's just so far off. Better just to focus on the pregnancy. Now I feel like the time has come, so I've got my hypnobirthing book back out. I actually filmed a video all about hypnobirthing, which I'll link below. And I've also filmed my birth story with Jet, which I'll link below as well. Either of those things interest you. I've got my hypnobirthing book back out. I'm going to start rereading that and redoing all those exercises and just starting to really mentally prepare for the birth. And then I've started thinking a little bit about the crib and what different nursery things I want to buy. I'm naturally not a very organised person, and so probably a lot of these things won't happen until 38, 39 weeks, but I'm at least starting to think about them now, which is quite an improvement for me. When I am feeling tired and I'm weeing all the time and I'm getting these weird tightenings and my heart's palpitating and all the fun of pregnancy, it's then really nice just to get your laptop out and look at cribs and Moses baskets and just remember what it's all for. But yeah, that's all that's really going on at the moment. It's really interesting actually seeing the way it's your same body, but these two pregnancies can just be totally different. Still don't know what it is. Boy or girl, no idea. Very excited. I think we've nailed down our girl names. What we did with Jet is we went in with 2 or 3 boy options and 2 or 3 girl options. Then obviously once we knew he was a boy, then decided on his name. And so I think with the girls, we've got the kind of 2 or 3 that we want to take in. And then the boys were struggling a bit more. I think because we've already used Jet, we've already used our favourite name. It's kind of strange now trying to think of another name for the same gender. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching. Please do comment below if you're expecting as well, especially if you're in these later stages, because then we must be at a similar stage. Down below is my Instagram link. I post lots about pregnancy and all those kind of things there, so come join in the fun on all social media platforms. Lots of love, and I'll see you soon. Peace out.